Okay, you'll have 45 minutes after this.
This is Team Costa Coffee, and here is the process flow diagram that we came up with for our final brew, 1 liter of coffee. So we start with 125 grams of green beans, and these were Costa Rica green beans. These beans were put into a Nesco roaster and roasted for 18 minutes, which came out with a nice light roast. In the Nesco roast, 0.8 grams of chaff was released into the filter, which was then taken out, so a total of 0.8 grams of chaff. The green beans turned into 109 grams of roasted beans. We used 78 grams of these roasted beans, so the remaining 31 grams was put into storage. So here we are with 78 grams of roasted coffee beans. These were put into the grinder and turned into 78 grams of ground coffee beans. Next, we split up the 78 grams of ground coffee beans into 4 different equal amounts, 19.5 grams. These were put into paper filters that were within the Clever Coffee makers. So we have 4 separate Clever Coffee makers, and each one has 19.5 grams of ground coffee beans in their filters. So next, we poured water into the Clever Coffees. We poured 288.75 grams of hot water, heated to 91 degrees, into each of the 4 Clever Coffee machines, and each was given a 4 minutes and 30-second extraction time. During this process, excess moist grounds, water, and volatile chemicals were removed. And finally, after 4 minutes and 30 seconds, we have 976 grams of drinkable coffee. So in our final liter of coffee, we had a TDS of 1.45%, 0.05% higher than the ideal range. And we had a PE of 18.14%, which was within the ideal range of 18 to 22%. For our energy data, our roaster produced 0.17 kilowatts per hour. A lighter roast produced less energy. The kettle produced 0.09 kilowatts per hour. This was at 91 degrees Celsius. And the grinder produced a negligible contribution. So our final coffee did not come out exactly as we intended. We believe this was possibly due to the upscaling. We upscaled our coffee to 1 liter for the first time. The coffee did not have a strong taste. It did not have a strong aroma. It was neither bitter nor sweet enough to really make a lasting impression. It was not as good as we intended it to be. In thinking about potential room for improvement, we think we could reduce our energy usage by roasting less green beans. In this brew, we ended up with a large amount of roasted beans, 31 grams worth, that we had to put in storage. And finally, we believe with more practice, our coffee would reach our intended taste.